Hello everyone, how good of you to join and welcome back to Anno 800 Megacity edition. Yeah, walking the streets of Crown Falls as the sun is going down on this fine day is just a good feeling overall. People are happy, optimistic hopefully, well dressed I guess. Hygiene is something we still need to work on, of course. There's also some chickens roaming the streets, and yeah, just remember this picture here because of course, as always, as we transition more to artisans and then engineers, the streets are going to change quite a bit and quite often, also with who is actually traveling here, like cows, and yeah, leaving their dung behind on the streets. That is something we're not going to see that often, hopefully. At some point, we're going to see bicycles and even cars roaming around then. But for now, we're still an agrarian city, of course. But before we continue, let me briefly show you my partner Patreon. If you enjoy the content and consider supporting me directly, then Patreon is the way to go, with 95% of your contribution going to the channel without additional fees. You can choose between 4 tiers of support and earn perks such as your name in my videos, access to the Discord VIP server with key giveaways, as well as ad-free selected videos on the platform. Membership can be cancelled anytime. Thank you! Now back to the city development itself. We are here and we do have lots of planks. I would like to start with building a few more homes right away and also finally working on my pig farms. I've been promising this for a while now. And I would like to really get started with 6 pig farms right away. I've actually placed them up, as close to the river here as possible. Once again, they're not going to stay. For a very tangible reason, that is, pig farms reduce the attractiveness of a city. And the lower the attractiveness, also the unhappier my population is. And of course, we want to stay at least on pleasant side, but of course all the way up then to picturesque and impeccable metropolis and stuff like that. But for now, the pig farms will have to work here, as we have farms. Oh, during night, it is also looking particularly calm right now. The factories never stop to work. That's also something in the industrial era. Now, with that, we still need something else, and that is the slaughterhouses and soap factories. For this, let's just check it out where we could have them. As we can see, that industry zone is not as big as it looked at first, right? More and more industry is being used here, and that also means that more and more space is being consumed. Let's have these slaughterhouses down here, and once again we're going to need quite a few of them, so I should think that these 12 here will be a good foundation. And I'm also going ahead with another warehouse then as well. The other thing is, of course, once again, soap production. Let's check this out real quick. There is a tiny attack by the pirate on Manola, but that's okay. Yeah, we're neglecting Manola there a bit. I can't work on that many cities at once. Also, we have finished, by the way, our first ship of the line, Europa it's called, right over here. And this one will hopefully bring me a bit more security. I think we should be able to build the next one right away. Let's do this, and let's send those 5 warships over to Crown Falls right away to Cape Trelawney, right? Securing us the area over there. That's way more important. Those are not going to make a bit of a difference because that's Miss Hunt's fleet already, right? So she's a bit further. Also, Bente is, I think, getting way stronger right now. Let's have a quick look at the military progress here. Bente is at 180 and Miss Hunt is at 199, but they're toe-to-toe there really. And Hugo is actually not that strong. Yeah, might be a weak ally, but it's okay. He's still also developing, right? Bit of a mistake on my part. I would actually like to start working with the level 2 factories right away. In this case here, that's a production cycle then of 10 seconds, so we can produce 6 tons. That's 3 times as much as a normal slaughterhouse. However, it also does cost significantly more. Still, I would like to at least start with it somewhere to use these new buildings here then as well. The same goes also with the large rendering works and the large soap factory, producing way more, but also costing way more. Especially the workforce is a tricky thing here. I think for the soap, we're thus going to stay with the normal one right now, even though the normal one already costs me quite a lot of workers too. Yeah, let's also have the advanced versions of this already, and let's have it then. Should we really have it here? I'm not so sure. The soap factory does also cost a lot of space, but I think... yeah, let's have it here, because the industry zone still advances a bit further. Right, so at least up to this point. Nah, that's also not enough space. Let's start by having it over here, right? And let's also have the first warehouse there and the first big sausage factory. that we have now, it's already going to consume quite a bit of pigs for us. But the production of it is also needed, right? So there we go. Also, the bread is fine. For the farmer goods, it's actually something, once again, that we need to tackle. So let's go ahead and build me some 4 more framework knitters and also some 3 more schnapps distilleries. And with that, also, once again, some 4 sheep farms in addition. And also, like this one. And also some 3 additional potato farms. In that case, we haven't started with the sale. Oh yeah, we have. Let's build a second sail maker and in addition have another sheep farm over here. I'm actually going down a bit on workers now, so we should be caring about that. And yeah, also workforce, of course. Let's go ahead and continue with another expansion. There's the main road, there's my road network. That means this area still is ready for development. So I could go over here with a road, right? And then we just plop in some additional blocks of houses. And once again, please don't have too much of a close look there on the layout of this, as it's going to change quite often. Let's have this one, and keep a bit of a distance. There's the rail network then, right? And it's going to be a pretty big rail line, so let's just make sure that we do keep a bit of a distance there. This is also fine, I think. I would really like to actually have the right distance to that main road down there. This looks fine. And with that, we can already finish the next blocks of houses again. A whole new district, just with one single click. Coming out of nowhere. Here it's getting really close now to the river, and we definitely want to keep a bit of a distance there to the river, with at least a road in between. So that would be then here something, right? We could have a smaller park here once again along the riverbank. That would also be fine then. And for the sausage production, for the soap production, let's also go ahead and build me some 3 more pig farms. Make it 4. And with that, we can also afford the first rendering work right over here and the first soap factory. Costing quite a bit of workers. Beautiful buildings when you consider that this is modded. With all of this, we only need now the service buildings, and for that we can now finally build us our first church. Our first school, sorry, and then our church. So let's have the school once again here somewhere. Providing now that need to all these people. And then we can also finally work on that church that the queen already wanted from me for quite some time. And yeah, we do have the right spot for it as well, somewhere over here. And yeah, I like the style of this one. It will look towards the park, right? So there's going to be a bigger park in front of it. And we may just want to squeeze it in here like that. Or it could also be a theater. We'll just see. But Crown Falls has a church.
When a queen asks you to do
And let's also, for the first time, upgrade the roads here a bit to paved roads. Because we definitely don't want to keep everything dirty all the time. A beautiful, really beautiful landmark building right here, the tallest building so far. Now we don't want to idle much longer. Let's continue with also a second iron mine and a second coal mine in Crown Falls. And with that, I would also like to continue with doubling my steel production with 2 more furnaces and also 2 more steel beam factories over here. And I've already built a second weapon factory. Increasing our output here is absolutely important. We're sitting on 27 tons of weapons right now. There's no big fleet coming in at this point, so we feel safe. Also, my fleet has arrived. We can just position it then somewhere here, ready to protect what is rightfully ours. With the advanced industries, we have quite a bit of a buffer now, right? So soap, bread and sausage production. Let's actually go in and boost my bread production once more. There you go. and also build me some 2 more grain farms up here. With that, we can make a real big push now with more workers, and we can also go ahead and upgrade the first people to artisans already. Let's start with the workers, and as always, let's stick around the service buildings here, so these people are getting maximum satisfaction the moment they are being upgraded. Once again, as always, some buildings don't have the full coverage, like this building here. It's a bit further away from the marketplace. We can counter that by upgrading the road all the way through. Which kind of like adds the necessity of upgrading, and with that we have full market coverage also down here. That means that these people here will want to upgrade now.
A competitor raised a settlement.
And since it's time, let's also go ahead and upgrade the first people in Crown Falls to artisans. Beautiful. Let's also switch the skins, even though I like the normal skin as well quite a bit. A propaganda quest is being introduced here to us. I'm going to decline. I don't want to do his propaganda. We're going with a mixed one here, blue and red. And since we're looking really dandy on the workforce, I would also like to work on my next brick production. For this, we'll actually need to go deeper now into this hinterland that we haven't touched yet. We do have the main road though here, and we can build 1 bridge and a second bridge for 6,000 credit, which financially is fine for me at this point. And let's go all the way down here to have brick production number 4 up and running here now. At the same time, my Royal Clipper arrives in the southern island of Crown Falls, right over here. Let's actually switch its name to, let's make it Canton. And in this case, we want to, of course, start the next production here right away, which is hops. Hops fertility is great here. Also, we have lots of space available. So this is more or less going to be a farmer island for us with some minor industry with the rare minerals that we have. So like iron and coal, and especially also copper and zinc. That's going to be a great asset for us. Let's just have this area here now secured for a basic lumber production. As always, we're going to need this. By the way, just now I noticed we have the advanced sawmill as well and an advanced lumberjack camp. Both of them are really expensive though and require quite a bit of workforce, so that's a no-go for me right now. Let's go ahead. I love how these modded buildings always maintain a bit of a balance here, right? They are a very logical advancement and progress for the higher production you want to have in a big city. At the same time though, they are also having very tangible negative problems. And let's just go ahead and here, let's actually make a main road again, because Canton, while we of course will have a commute pier at some point, is also going to be a bit of a village here, right? So we're going to make a second village in Cape Trelawney. It's not going to be massive or anything like that. It's just going to be there to add sense to the industry zone and also to have a direct workforce available that we can use for all of this. And in that case, let's just add us a few blocks of houses here. And the cool thing is also we can just go in and copy us these blocks and just move them over. I love this function and speed things up a bit, right? Here we can have then our marketplace. And primarily right now we do need farmers. Where pop is also very, very useful. And of course, let's never forget a fire station. This will take a bit of time now to grow. Do we have some timber left? Yes, we have. Let's actually go in and just finish a few more blocks right away. Right. Of course, increasing my global population quite nicely as well to almost 16,000. But way more importantly, adding now workforce that we can use then for hops plantations, so that we can start producing some beer. It will make people quite happy. In Crown Falls back, we have a very good construction material production now. Look at that, a competitor settled in Mbesa, Africa. That's going to take a long time for us to get there. So I guess once again we're going to find and base are settled, and we need to liberate it. Let's upgrade a whole bunch of people to artisans. Really quickly growing here, and since it's also nice looking, let's just upgrade this main road here to bricks. As Crown Falls finally also achieves city status. That's a beautiful milestone for this thriving, growing area.
Seductive charts very grotesque.
And as we can see, yeah, city life changes a bit. People are wearing nicer clothes, more carriages. I don't see a single cow anymore traversing these streets. There is one. How dare you? But it changes quite a bit. And also, the local school offers education. We shan't be idle too long. Let's continue onwards. I would like to develop this whole block now. We have the main road already that connects then, yeah, down here somewhere. Although it doesn't really need to connect with anything because there we have the main avenue. We might actually make a smaller main road than going down here, crossing to the railway network that we're going to have here, right? And then connecting here just along the main road really. With a bit of a buffer perhaps. And along this we can just now safely continue with more development. In that case, yeah, high density here. All the way through. This is then here the tourism area. We're just going to see what we're doing there. And this should also be possible. Perfect. Just along the railway here. Even though that's pretty tight overall, right? And let's also finish all of them at once. In the meantime, Canton has reached village status. Lots of planks we have here, so let's just actually finish those houses there. That's lots of workforce. We're not going to develop this any further right now. However, I would still like to add a custom skin to this one, something that we haven't used yet. This one, this is the colorful version, and this is the rather dreary version. And these guys here produce now hops for us. Let's get this one all the way to that side. Try us to get us those hops plantations in. We need a lot of space. I, however, still need to secure me also these mines here, right? So we definitely don't want to cut them off or anything. There you go, in all its glory, the hops plantations. We're going to need quite a bit of them. I'm not even going to calculate this one. So we're just going to build us a warehouse here and a warehouse here, and we're going to finish the whole 6 hops plantations that we have there for 24 timber and 6,000 coin. And with that, almost all the farmers in Canton have been employed now, because one of them actually requires 20. You know what, let's just finish 3 more. They're dirt cheap, and we're going to need lots of it. And in all their glory, we can now also add a trade route. In this case, we only have Ponos the Royal Clipper right now working for us. So let's actually also introduce a shipyard finally to Crown Falls. Look at that, we're out of workers. I would never thought this possible. Let's have the shipyard here in the main harbor area. And here we have now a whole bunch of options really. And for this tiny trade route, yeah, let's start with some clippers, right? We're going to need lots of them. They're going to be the backbone of my economy. So these are the first ones coming out now. While we wait on that, the only really thing we need now is our beer production finished. In this case here, we could think about the advanced version again, and I would like to, right? For this, we need the industrial malt houses right away. It's a bit dark now. Let's just wait out the night and have a good night's sleep. And there it is, the new dawn is already dawning again. A new day is dawning, I should say. Beautiful, it is. A warm day it is going to be. We can see this already. And let's go ahead and build me those industrial mold houses. That's going to be quite the production here. They're producing a lot. So I think we're not going to need more than those 3. I might actually squeeze in more if I turn them in right. Let's have them look towards each other. Very good. And then we just need our large brewery. Large it is, no doubt about that. Producing a bit of beer. I would really like to use it though here. Another one, right? So with that we have 4 breweries. That will be enough for a while for this industry zone. And let's build the first 2 right away. Quite expensive they are. I hope not too expensive. We definitely will need to upgrade a few people as we're lacking workers right now. This, yeah, let's actually develop this city area on the other side right away with as many upgrades as possible as well. There you go. All the way up and also along the main road down here. And with that we have plenty of workers again, though of course as always consumption is needed to be checked, and as we can see we're still looking fine on most things. Yes, we're looking fine with everything, perhaps the fish a bit, and for that we can already finish 2 more fisheries. Let's also build another storage building over there to accommodate all of this. Now they will need also grain in addition to hops, so of course I also need to build me a few more grain farms. Let's start with 4 that we can have then over there, and we definitely will also need a warehouse here. Because 1 warehouse for that many grain farms, that was already criminal. Let's also upgrade a few warehouses wherever we can. They don't only look nicer, but also we do get an additional loading ramp. Another thing we should do immediately is enabling the production of the 4th building material. That's windows. And yeah, windows is going to be a massive one. We're going to need lots of windows down the road. Here, it is important, first of all, that we keep the train area for us, right? So there's the train coming down here. And it probably continues down then here. That's going to be tricky. I think we'll need to move over a bit. Now, it will be possible here, and the train goes then all the way down here to this harbor area. So here's going to be my oil harbor area. And that means this area we have then ready for action for sand mines for now, right? So let's start with the first ones. Have them as close to the shore as possible. Well, this might be a bit too close, because sand is the cornerstone of a successful window production. I'm making it when we squeeze in here. There's the cliffs again. Might actually just move them a bit further outside so we have more space available overall. Right, because this makes it possible to have more, and then we could have them here. This looks better. That's going to be already quite a bit of sand, right? And this needs then the glass makers and then the window makers. For the glass makers, we could set up a smaller industry zone here as well. I would like to do this. And for this, we have then our glass makers here. We can actually keep them right next to the sand mine. I don't think anything speaks against that right now. Right, and with that we have then the window makers, and of these guys here we also will need quite a bit. Let's start with those. That's a lot of them, and let's also have another warehouse then up here. And we definitely should also work on another fire station here as well at some point. In this case, let me just think a bit. If we have electricity, there's the train coming in. So here we should be working on some kind of electricity production then, right? For this area, here's the train, right? So we should be working on some electricity then here. But it's fine then moving buildings around. That'll be not a big deal. I just want to have one power plant for this whole zone. It is possible. It just needs to be placed as centrally as possible. But we have the train right next to it already. That's important. Alright, with all of this, I think we have finished the first clipper, really, right? Hermes. And Hermes, you're going to be my first trade route. The first very important one, going from Canton to Crown Falls. In this case, picking up the hops, there's already some 60 tons in. We're going to say, yeah, let's go with 2 cargo storages here and deliver that to Crown Falls. And with that, the first automation takes place as we deliver now the hops over to Crown Falls for our 2C beer production. And this will make people especially happy. At this point, it's also totally fine to do this because we have a huge artisan and worker population, so that means a lot of people will profit from this. We have a demand of beer right now of 4 tons, and with our production we have a potential production of 4 tons. It is equal almost. I might still consider actually bumping this up to 2 times right away. Let's do this. We want to have a surplus of this, and that means I can actually upgrade a few more people to artisans as well. And with all that planks that we have, let's also continue with more workers over here and also over here. There you go. We have way too many farmers right now, way too many. So I can safely go ahead and upgrade a lot of them. If we have the planks, of course, and if we have the worker production. So far it's looking fantastic. Still have a surplus production. Workloads perhaps we need to reinforce. Be done here. Let's actually go ahead and build me some 3 sheep farms right away. And with that, we have room for 3 more framework knitters. Might be actually the end of it already here. Yep, I can for now squeeze them in here. And I would like to do this. But I should already consider then the advanced framework knitter, which is called a textile factory. And this produces way more. But, and that's a huge but, it does not require farmers anymore to work like these here. But it requires then workers. And a lot more workers on that, like 2 times as many workforce, and that's workers too. It's tricky. You should not overstretch yourself with these advanced industries, because you might be running out of workers at some point. Right, let's continue with some upgrades here, as this day is coming to an end as well. Just here, really around the church there as much as possible to get that maximum bonus in. What a beautiful building that is. Also modded, I should say. The next clipper comes out. Nihilus, we are going to use this soon. Let's actually commission the next clipper. And let's also check out our weapon storage. We have 83 tons of weapons already in. That means we could start with a proper harbor defense now too. But before anything, let's also watch Hermes coming in already with the first 21 tons of hops. Loading that out. And the hops will now immediately get transported then to my large brewery. And there you go. The beer production has started. And we can already see this on the balance then too. As people, workers and artisans alike receive now their beer. They pay 9 coin per building in addition. And they also receive 3 happiness. Which makes a very nice content population right now. And also a very nice balance.
Where do we take the stuff without a warehouse?
Oh, they have a very small range. This range doesn't look real. Let's go ahead and upgrade the road. Can we extend its range with that? Yes, perfect. That's a very low range. Let's actually upgrade here this road to bricks. And let's also upgrade this warehouse here. It's quite overloaded, as workers are coming in from both sides delivering and taking resources. Now, we really should also be working on that window production. Let's start with the first sand mine, the first glass maker, and the first 2 window makers, plus a warehouse. That window maker needs a bit more bricks. We're out of them. I may consider boosting the bricks by 50%. Adds a bit of unhappiness, but we have enough happiness right now. There you go. Right. That we produce a few more bricks, because boy, we need them. And yeah, let's build the next window maker then as well. Just along the coast here, really. And with that, yeah, windows is coming in now as my 4th building material. Managing those 4 will be tricky, except for planks, actually. Yeah. We have a nice plank production. Now, let's actually head back to the old world really quick, because here we have finished 4 ships of the line. Look at those beauties. And I'm going to immediately send them to Manola, because we're going to need also some proper defense over there. I'm not going to neglect my defenses like in my last Megacity playthrough, where we got surprised then quite a bit by massive attacks. We can actually commission another 4-5 ships of the line in Sleepy Hollow again. So not only does Sleepy Hollow pay me some nice taxes right now, even though Crown Falls at this point is the major production, right? But still, it produces nice taxes for us. It also produces lots of ships. That's something I like a lot. Diplomacy-wise, Hugo. Yeah, some flattery works on him. Bente, we are continuously losing reputation with her. Flattery only does get us so much. Let's also give her a bit of money. There you go. But eventually she will go down on reputation further and further until she also declares war on us. It's inevitable on this difficulty level, right? And since she is on alliance with Margaret Hunt, there is a very big problem looming on the horizon. A very big threat. And I think those 4 harbor cannons will not cut it then anymore. Let's just go ahead and add us a few more flamethrowers to the fray here. 2 more? Perfect. A nice expansion. How strong are they, by the way? Yeah, Bent is also twice as strong as we are now, and Miss Hunt is just totally pulling away there, leading to 300 military score. And we can also see this as her fleets are growing. She has now multiple fleets working, and the cities are looking fine too. She has a second city now with workers, and this one has the artisans. No engineers as far as I can see so far, so we are not that far behind on this. It's always good to have a look at the AI opponents there as well from time to time. That's that. And we could also produce some ships of the line now in Crown Falls too, though I would like to use it for harbor defenses. Windows, let's double my window production. It's absolutely necessary. Also, we need to continue growing Canton, because we do lack workers, we need like farmers, and we do need more hops plantations for the town. So Canton directly now profits from Crown Falls, right? Because the demand for hops is so high. We're producing now 8, and in Crown Falls we consume 8. So we have just about an equal measure, which is not enough, by the way. So we always need to have a slight surplus. So let's go ahead and build us 2 more hops plantations. And with this we need, yeah, a bunch of farmers again. So yeah, Canton is profiting from the growth of Crown Falls. As demand for those goods are growing, so is also the demand for housing in Canton. Also something, we need fishery here, of course. So let's just add us some 2 fisheries to fill the demand for food. Once again, also, let's continue with structuring our city there a bit. There is my rail network, right? I really don't want to cut through much through the city itself, as the railway network is already coming here through the city. So up here, we're going to keep a bit of a safer distance there. Here, it's definitely not going to cut it, as there is going to be, of course, our main plaza area and central park that I would like to get then. So let's have the railway network going all the way up here. And then just really at the edge of everything, we're going to... this might still be too far. Might actually have the railway going up here then, right? And up here we continue then, or actually let's just have a crossing here of the railway, and we continue then over here, because here we can then move into that area, that train line that comes in from the other side, bumping into the grain farms for now, right? And that gives me some idea again where we can actually continue with the expansion of this town. So here we have the central station, of course, and that means, as you can see, yeah, it is getting tighter, or yeah, crowded faster than you might think. Down here we still have a beautiful area to develop. That's actually my beach area then. Let's go ahead and make this one here a triple road for now, right? It's not going to be an avenue, it's just going to be a big road, that's all, right? Leading then right into the airport area. And I think the airport area needs electricity, so we're going to also get the road over there then. And here we can just have then some crossings going into this area for construction. Let's just go in and start building us some houses here too. In that case, the important thing is that we need to consider here then also hotels at some point. So I would like to keep up a bit of a distance there do all of this. By the way, there's my marketplace, so we can actually go ahead. This is not going to cut it. Once again, we need to find the right layout for this, right? There's different kind of things that you can make work here. And this seems to be it, because here we keep a healthy buffer to the railway system then, right? And with that, we can actually go in and make us some big blocks here that also have lots of green space then. And I can basically go ahead and I could copy it over there as well. And there's my... What is that? This is looking too big. There is the railway that was planned here, right? But I think we're not going down here with a railway, nor will we go down here with an avenue. It's just going to be this normal triple street that we have. There you go. And that means that we have once again plenty of space then over there to develop. I actually built them already. And can you see it? I love it. I love the city expansion from the core to the outside. You can see in the core we have highly developed buildings, streets and service areas, right? And even some parks. And the further we go outside, the less developed the area gets. And I just love that transition. And I want to keep this transition alive throughout this gameplay, wherever we are, that the further we move outside, the less developed things get. And here in the core city area, that is really starting to be our core area, we can go ahead and continue with upgrading our roads, right? We could also, let's do this right now, develop some proper parks, like with some fountains in between. Probably something bigger here already that I would like to add. There you go. Let's have some 2 fountains just aligning here perfectly fine with my church, right? And around that we might have then a smaller fence in the face of a hatch. We could do this. That would also look nice, I guess. All the way here, opening up then to this central area. And then we have some trees in between, and close tree on the corners, together with a nice park promenade that goes then into this park area. Right, and just here on the corner, can we already do this? Unfortunately, I don't have the flower beds unlocked at the moment. I think they're still coming, as far as I can see. But we can still add some smaller decorations here, of course, like some benches, for example, along the main plaza area. Instead of flowers, let's go with mature trees for now, and let's actually build all of this right away. And with that, we also have then a nice smaller park area right in front of our church, where people can enjoy the day right here in the center of Crown Falls. These are some very steep stairs. I think there is a mistake. Other than that, it looks fine. And once again, hello Santa Claus. It's not Christmas yet, so we're going to wait until it is. Until it's time for him. People also like to fish in fountains. That is a new detail. I wonder where this is coming from. He was actually fishing in the fountain that we just built there. No props so far. Hope you enjoyed the Megacity series so far. See you in the next episode. Stay tuned.